welcome to the Edition Live. Happy Wednesday. I am your host, Dana Snyder, CEO and founder of Positive Equation. If you have not joined me here before, I'm so excited that you are here. We are streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. So let me know where you are joining from in the chat. I love to make these as interactive as possible. And if we haven't met, my role at Positive Equation and why I created this company is to equip nonprofit leaders and marketers in the space with new digital marketing tools and knowledge necessary to attract new donors, love on the current ones, and raise more funds. So if you've watched a recent episode, you've heard me mention this amazing company called Pledge. And today we're going to dive into a pretty exciting new feature and talk with Anna Nordstrom. She is in charge of impact partnerships at Pledge. And Anna is responsible for collaborating with nonprofits all around the world on innovative fundraising strategies, which sounds like a pretty dope job to me. And prior to joining the Pledge team, Anna developed and taught a course on social entrepreneurship at UCLA, focusing on social innovation and actionable solutions for challenges in one's community. She's a rock star. And her favorite nonprofit to volunteer with is Worthy of Love, which is an LA-based organization focused on providing birthday parties for children experiencing homelessness. I love this. So before we dive into the conversation today with Anna, I want to show you a little sneak peek at the new Pledge app in Zoom that we're going to talk about here today. So let's take a look.
Introducing a donate button in Zoom, powered by Pledge. It's easy to get started within minutes. Click Create a Fundraiser, pick a nonprofit from our database of over 2 million organizations, set a goal, share it in your Zoom, then see your donations skyrocket. As a special thank you, donors will get an exclusive custom virtual background, making this a Zoom they will never forget. Join the global movement for good and start fundraising through your Zoom today with the Donations by Pledge app, now available in Zoom.
All right. I love this tool so much. In the comment section, do you have an upcoming event? Virtual, hybrid, in-person, whatever. If you have an upcoming event, drop it into the chat. If you're planning one, if you're thinking about one, let us know the dates. And I'm going to go ahead and bring on screen with me Anna.
Hi, Dana. Thank you so much for having us.
I'm so glad you're here. I geek out so much about new tech tools. And obviously, I've been talking about the platform, but to have like somebody here that I can just ask all the questions to is amazing. So I would love to kind of kick off with who is Pledge? Because I remember meeting Pledge years ago as Pledgeling and the transition that happened, new branding. So can you tell us about the organization, your role in it, and then really why you're excited about the future of fundraising?
Of course, yes. We did go through a little rebrand. So Pledgeling is now Pledge, which we're excited about. And our mission is really to power generosity. So that can look like a bunch of different things. We partner with innovative nonprofits and forward-thinking companies like Zoom, and we just try to make fundraising and giving as easy as possible. So, in the last year and a half, fundraising has shifted so dramatically, and we've just been inspired by thousands of nonprofits who continue to engage donors in this new way, and innovative people like you, Dana, who help nonprofits think through how to fundraise in this new, culture, in this new space. So this is why we're really excited to launch our new donation button in Zoom, just to make it super easy to fundraise in virtual meetings, events, a board meeting, a birthday party, and anything like that. And, on that, I'll touch on this a little bit more, but all of the things that we build for nonprofits are totally free. So we're really here just to help support fundraising efforts and make it easy for folks to donate. Like you mentioned, I am on the Impact Partnerships team at Pledge. So I get to work with nonprofits all over the world all the time to just think about how we can make fundraising more accessible, more innovative, and more fun.
I love it. And I see Legal Education has an October 14th virtual fundraiser. Amazing. Awesome. Don't know how far you are in the planning of that, but this is a perfect conversation for you. Anybody else, if you are in the midst of planning your event, drop it down, put out those links. If you want to put links in the chat to when your event is happening, if you have questions about planning your event, please make sure this session is for you. We have the amazing expertise of Anna here to answer any questions about this new integration with Zoom. And I love everything you just stated. And I think what makes me so excited about tech in the nonprofit space is you guys are you're proactive in coming up with solutions based upon the needs of the organizations. So I would love, can we have a demo of the Pledge app and kind of like see how it works?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Let me go ahead and
let me know when you can see it.
There we go. We got it.
Wonderful. Okay, so just to kind of let everyone know what's going on my screen here, this is a Zoom meeting. And what you'll notice, a few things that are different and new from the Zoom side, is if you follow my cursor to kind of the middle right side of my screen, you'll notice a new button here called Apps. And this is part of the Zoom's new app store that they just launched. This is in collaboration with app developers, and we were happy to be part of one of the launch partners with them, and the first and only donations app available within the Zoom ecosystem.
And so to get this apps, you just have to update, make sure you have the latest Zoom app, right? Basically.
Yep. And we can share that in the comments. You just need to download the most recent version of Zoom. And then depending on your account, you probably just need to turn on apps. And then you can find the Donations by Pledge app by searching donations or donate or pledge. We're the only one in there that supports donations and nonprofits, so it'll be easy to find.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So once you open up apps, you'll notice this right-hand panel on my screen that's directly connected to the Zoom meeting. You don't need to leave it at all in order to access the tool. And I can create a fundraiser, share a fundraiser, and engage with donors all within the same meeting. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this.
And I know I love that this is just so simply built in. So at this point, when you're setting up this on the right-hand rail and it's not created yet, are you the only one seeing it, or is everybody in the meeting seeing it?
So right now, I would be the only person that's seeing it. And then as soon as I share my fundraiser to others, they would be able to engage with it.
Got it. Okay.
And then create a fundraiser.
Awesome.
So right here, this is how you can create a fundraiser in real time through the app. You can just choose your title, say it's a gala that you're doing. So let's say, I can search for the nonprofit that I want to support. And this is coming from a database of over 2 million nonprofits. You can fundraise for one nonprofit or multiple nonprofits, in the same fundraiser meeting.
Awesome. I love this. So you can, what's your, like, I don't know, I'm just creating a scenario. So if it's a birthday celebration and they want 3 different nonprofits that they want people to be able to donate to, they could pick the 3 and 3 of them could be up there.
Yep. So let's go ahead and add some more. I can drop in as many as I want to here. And then when we have multiple nonprofits, and I'll show you once the fundraiser has been created, then the donor has the opportunity to split their donation among the nonprofits or choose one or multiple of the nonprofits to donate to specifically.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. I didn't know that. Learning new things, Anna.
Good. That's what we're here for. So I'll add in a goal for the fundraiser. We know and have seen through over 50,000 events that we've done that fundraisers that have goals associated to them tends to perform better. So I like to always recommend folks to add in a goal. However, this is an optional step.
Oh, here's a good question that just came in. How do we know if our nonprofit is listed?
Yeah, so you can check that in a few different ways. If your nonprofit is in good standing with the IRS and located in the United States, then you're already in our system, and you would be able to search for your name right here, either by your nonprofit name or by your EIN. If you're an international nonprofit, we have a slightly different process to be onboarded into the system. You can still search for your name here, and then also check on our website to get access to any reporting and data that you may be looking for.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Standing with the IRS, you'll be good to go on here. Yep. So the next element on this form is having a really easy way for folks to donate to your fundraiser. And we have the ability to donate directly through the Zoom app, but we want to add on an additional way to donate through text to donate, just in case anyone's on the go using their mobile phone, or if you as a nonprofit want to share this text to donate keyword before, during, after the event in any marketing materials, we like to have it available and accessible. It's also totally free.
Awesome.
So I'm typing in my keyword that I want to use. And then this is the part that we're really excited about, where you can thank donors with a virtual background.
I think this is my favorite.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. In collaboration with the Zoom team, we were really looking at what are some of the elements that are maybe missing or different from virtual galas that you have that you can have in an in-person experience. So, excuse me. So at an in-person event, you kind of get some positive peer pressure with fundraising because the people sitting at your table are maybe raising their hand to donate and raising their hand because they want to support your cause. And you kind of feel like you want to donate to that too, which is pretty exciting. But in the virtual space, it's a little bit harder to make people feel part of that in that same way. So we added this fun virtual background element, which means that anytime someone donates, they are rewarded with a customized virtual background to thank them and tell other people that they donated and joined your cause. So we have a lot of them in our library that you can choose from, but a lot of nonprofits choose to create their own custom background with a corporate sponsor logo or their own mission statement, their own logo, and things like that. I'll choose one from the library though. Yeah.
This is literally one of my favorite parts is just imagine seeing the screen of all of the backgrounds change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they all just start popping in, and then it's an exciting celebratory moment. Everyone's sharing in together.
Can you, 2 questions. One, can somebody donate one time and monthly giving or just one time on this?
Both, and I will show you that right now.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, you perfect lead in. So once I share the fundraiser to other guests, now anybody can access the fundraiser to donate, track how close we are to the goal, see top funders and things like that. So I'll show you what that looks like from the donor's perspective. Oops.
So you, as the creator, would just select copy.
Mm-hmm. I copied and then I sent that over to folks in the chat.
Ah, got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then let me just pull this up one more time. Folks can either donate by adding the donations app to their Zoom, or they're also given instructions on how to donate using text to donate. Like I said, if they're on the go, dialing in from their phone, just to make it easy.
Got it. Okay. So if they have the donate app, would they see what's on the right-hand side right now?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yep. So they don't even have to leave Zoom. And that's one of the reasons why the Zoom app and this new integration is so successful. By reducing those elements of friction, we're able to increase donations. So the less clicking people have to do, the less navigating away from their Zoom screen and pulling up a different
100%.
web page and all of that. It just makes it easy. And then they don't have to leave your stream. If they want to keep watching your gala, your event, you don't have to stop watching it.
Would you say, actually, go ahead and go through the form and then I have another question.
Okay, sounds good. So we added multiple nonprofits. I mentioned earlier, you can either split it among multiple nonprofits or choose one. So I'll do this. You can donate, like you said, one time or monthly, and you could even donate in a different currency if that's where you're located. Down here, just to point it out a little bit, is a way for folks to support Pledge's mission. So I mentioned that all of our products are free. There is no platform fee on the fundraiser. So in order for us to power our mission of powering generosity, we ask folks if they want to add in an optional tip. If they do, great. If they don't, totally fine. You all still get your donations as usual.
Amazing. Does it just integrate the processing fee from a credit card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. That's a great question. So the credit card fees would still apply to the donation right here.
Got it. Yep, that makes sense.
Yep. And then when someone is going through and donating, the nonprofit on the back end, you'll gain access to their name, their email, how much they donated, when they donated, and all of that, so that you can continue messaging them through your CRM.
Amazing. This is awesome. For anybody that is just joining, I see some numbers trickling in. This is an amazing new Zoom app from Pledge that allows you to be able to have fundraisers and allow people to donate right within the Zoom experience. That's what you're seeing Anna walk through at this point. So then, Anna, after you would hit the donate button, is that when you would get the chance of downloading that unique background?
Exactly. It's actually a one-click update so that you can change your virtual background right away. And awesome. I'll stop sharing so that I can, make a donation and then show you all that in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. One other thing to note, just for folks to receive donations, on the nonprofit side, you can either get donations from a paper check or through ACH. Most people prefer ACH, but we would just want to configure that on the back end in the same place that you'd get access to all of your donor data. So we make it easy for you all to receive those donations too.
Awesome. I love this. Organization is planning a virtual holiday paint and sip for early December. I love it. This could be a super fun way for you to be able to do the event through Zoom, and then you could have that donate always going up on the right-hand side. Another question was, is this in meeting format and webinar format with Zoom, or one or the other, both?
Sorry, could you say that again?
Oh yeah. Is the Zoom app, is Pledge app available for Zoom meeting and Zoom webinar, or just one or the other?
That's a really good question. So right now it's only available via the webinar format. However, in a few months, especially for folks who are thinking about Giving Tuesday events, you will be able to access it in the webinar space as well.
In the meeting space?
Currently it's available in meetings, but in the future, you'll access it in webinars and meetings.
Got it. Okay, amazing. Yeah. So it'll be for both. So my question earlier was, at the beginning, what would your best practice recommendation be for the start of the session? I love having the user experience of the donate showing up. Would you recommend that there's a set time at the beginning that has instructions that walks people through how to, before the event, make sure your Zoom is updated and download the app so that they're ready to go?
Yes, and that's something that our team can work with you on. We have language on our website that can easily just be sent out to anyone if they want to, A, donate before the meeting even starts, and B, get ready to rock and roll with this new tool. Yeah, that's typically what we recommend folks to do. And that's the other reason why we add the text to donate option too, is if someone maybe isn't able to download their Zoom app prior to the event, it's still easy to donate. So you won't be missing out.
Okay, awesome. So there's some folks with some upcoming virtual events. I actually just had a phone call yesterday with an organization that was trying really hard to be hybrid, and they're in California, and they just let go of their in-person space, and now they're going all virtual again in November. So overall, do you have some virtual event best practices that you recommend as we're 18 plus months into? There's been multiple virtual events. How do people keep their supporters excited to want to show up? Any thoughts on that from your side?
Yeah, definitely. On the timing front, we typically recommend having events be closer to, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half or so. We've seen events be really successful that are just a half an hour long, engaging people, asking them to donate, and keeping it pretty succinct in that way. And then layering in different elements that are unique to the virtual event space that maybe you couldn't do in a live event. So, for example, we just recently did a fundraiser with our friends at Parks California, and they do fundraising for all the state parks in California. And this was actually a hybrid event, so it was a little different. They had a in-person brewery tasting collaboration that they were doing. Super fun. And they also had folks dialing in remotely all across the state and across the country who were supporting them using the Zoom app, using text to donate. But one of the things that I thought they did really well is they had the executive director of Parks California tune in from a local state park up in Monterey. So they had some people in person at this brewery, a lot of people online tuning in, but no one was in a state park and no one could tangibly see like where the donation is going and how it's protecting the environment and the spaces that we love. So they had their executive director tuning in from a state park and actually showing people the trails that they were recently updating and the wildlife protection programs they had going. So that's something that's super, super key to a virtual event that's not even possible at an in-person one.
That's true. I love that. Yeah, because you're actually like seeing them walk through the area where they might not be able to attend as a volunteer, or definitely not in the capacity of a 100, 200, 300 person event for sure. When it relates to, how long have you guys had the Pledge app available in Zoom?
That launched the last week in July.
Okay, so pretty recent. Are there any like case studies from a recent event that you can share of like how they set it up, how it worked, what the response was, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the Parks California one was super fun. But we also recently did an event with the folks at the UN Women's Peace and Humanitarian Fund. And this was a really interesting one because it was actually a private event for some of their higher net worth donors that they were engaging with. And those donors wanted to learn the information about why it was important for them to donate, but they were really just jazzed to donate right then and there. So for that meeting, so 30-minute long Zoom session, and they were able to raise over $250K just through the Zoom app and through those donations. And that was a really exciting one. They had the CEO from the Women's Peace and Humanitarian Fund tune in, but they also had activists on the ground in countries that they were working in also tune into the virtual meeting to share, how they were impacting others in real time right there. Again, pulling in elements to a virtual space that you couldn't do at a live meeting or an in-person live meeting.
I love that. That's great. So I think something really key that you've spoken about a couple of times is the length of an event. I think that is so true. I've helped produce some virtual events earlier in the year, and the shorter and more succinct, the better. People know why they're showing up, right? Like they're going to give, they're excited about the cause. They're going to learn a little bit, get excited, but there's no reason, I don't think, unless there's an activity happening that's like really interactive, to have something that's an hour and a half or 2 hours, like to condense it. I love the idea of having like a 30 to 45 minute event. I feel like that's great. And it seems like with the Pledge app, it can sit up there the whole time. Or do you recommend like have you seen more success with like a straightforward one-time call to action give, or kind of like have it throughout the event?
I think that there's some key points throughout the event that are really impactful for those asks. So having it up and available throughout the event and before the event as people are registering, after the event in follow-up is, of course, something that should happen. You want to make that donate button, that donation opportunity accessible throughout all of the process of the event.
Yeah.
But if you're in the event and you have, like I mentioned, the CEO of California State Parks out in Monterey, then you want to be able to capitalize on that really like heartwarming and impactful moment to make the ask additionally at that point. So I think that there's some key points throughout the event that are important to highlight and make the ask and encourage people to donate, and also shout out people who have donated. If you see on your Pledge app or on your fundraiser page that Dana Snyder just donated $50, let's celebrate that. Say thank you live.
Point. So can you see in the Pledge app people donate?
Yeah. Yep. So you can see people donate, and you can see the fundraiser progress bar increase towards your goal to say, hey, we're only $200 away. I need let's try to get 75% of the room to make at least a $5 donation. I see all of your backgrounds changing. Thank you so much. Shout out Dana for your $50 donation, and just kind of keep that momentum going. Make people feel like they're part of it with you and they're all on the same team to reach it together.
I think this would be so fun to do, as if you have a monthly giving launch that you're planning to do, which has been popular in conversations I've had, is if the ask can be specific around giving a monthly donation, and then you change your background that has like, I'm a monthly giver on it.
Yes.
Like that would be so impactful, and just see the screen completely, the Zoom screen change over of everybody with their like, I'm a monthly giver.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. I
love that.
That would be
the other.
That's I guess you can't do that in webinar. It would have to be meetings so that everyone has their face, right?
Yep, you'd want to do it in meetings so everyone has their face and they can all smile and wave to each other. The other thing we've had people do creatively with those backgrounds, and the automatic one, is selling corporate sponsorship space on the virtual backgrounds. So, if Nike is a sponsor of your event, asking Nike if they want to sponsor the background. So it has your logo, your branding, your coloring on it, but also Nike's logo and maybe a special thank you for their support.
Really smart. Yeah, I love that. That's a great idea. That's another asset that you can add to your sponsorship levels. And what's amazing about that is it pops into like every single person's background, hopefully, and like takes over the entire screen. Something else you mentioned was before giving and after giving. So would you, and for people that don't understand Pledge, you also have the ability to create your fundraising pages on your website, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Would they so if they create a fundraiser within Zoom, does it then automatically create a page on Pledge?
Yes, exactly. So if you create a fundraiser using the Zoom app, you have the text to donate keyword, the live Zoom app integration, and also a URL to a fundraiser page that you can share out with supporters in email marketing, social media marketing, anything like that.
Awesome. This is amazing. My biggest next question would be, how do people get started? How can they reach out to you with questions?
Yes, many ways. We keep it easy. So we'll drop a link to download the Zoom app and more information about the Zoom app in the comments for this. And then if you have any questions, you can reach out to impact@pledge.to. And that's a way that you can get in touch with some of the nonprofit experts on our team. We can talk to you about upcoming virtual events and figure out how you can best incorporate the Zoom app and text to donate and any of our other free fundraising products.
Did I spell that right?
Impact@pledge.to. You got it. Yep.
Oh. Okay, I'll put that also in the comment section. And that's for support, right? Really, around virtual events?
Yep. So a fundraising expert, nonprofit expert can get on with you, show you the Zoom app again if you want to see it, and then talk through what your goals are with your virtual event to see how we can integrate the Zoom app.
Awesome. Amazing. I am so excited for this. I hope a ton of people use it coming into giving season. This would be such a fun like Giving Tuesday event to bring everybody together for fundraising. And I think it also can feel like a community, because I think that's what happens when you're able to utilize the meeting functionality and see people's faces. I love that. That's awesome. Anything else that I didn't ask you that I should have asked you?
I think we're good. We're just so excited to be here and get to share our new app with other people and see the creative ways that folks want to use it. So yeah, thanks,
Amazing.
Dana.
Awesome. Anna, thank you so much for joining me today. Anybody, if you have additional questions, please reach out to that email address. I know Anna is on the socials if you want to reach out to her on LinkedIn. And then I did put a link in the comments that goes right to learn more about their Zoom app on their website that has a ton more information. And if you enjoyed this conversation with Anna, which has been amazing, please like it, star it, give it all the love. And if you are on YouTube, subscribe so that you can make sure to jump on the next episode of The Edition. Anna, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. I love Anna. I love Zoom. I'm so glad that there's amazing tech partners out there in the nonprofit space. Yes, Lisa goes, that was awesome. I agree. Spreading the good word. That's right. All about it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If there are topics or people that you would like to see interviewed on here, or things that I can bring to you, please let me know in the comments. Reach out to me. The best way is on LinkedIn or Instagram at Positive Equation with 1E. And I will do my best to work that into the scheduling to make sure that you are getting the answers to things that you want to learn about. So hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day.